Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. It's Meet the Managers Part 3. Can you believe we are a little over a week away from the first league table of the new season? That is because on Wednesday, the 12th of August, the Europa League champions Aston Villa take on the Champions League winners PSG in the UEFA Super Cup. And as those of you that have read the rules will know, the UEFA Super Cup counts towards Fantasy Football League points. So late on Wednesday, the 12th of August, I will be sending out the first league table of the new season. Now, at this point, it's only going to be top of that league table, either myself, Simon, or Keith, because we are the only three managers who have submitted valid teams. Not that you need reminding, but just in case, you have until 8 p.m. on Thursday, the 20th of August, to submit your teams. They have to be in before 8 p.m., so 7:59 and 59 seconds on Thursday, the 20th of August is fine. 8 p.m. is the cut-off. If your team isn't in by 8 p.m., you will start the season with the allocated team. Allocated team are detailed on the teams tab of the weekly updates I send out. Weekly, it's probably more than weekly, frequent updates I send out. There's no need to wait until the last minute because you can enter your team, you can change your team as often as you want before 8 p.m. on Thursday, the 20th of August. So, if you want to appear on that first league table, you need to get your team in before the 12th of August. In this week's Banter in the Box, we have got a quote of the week, slowly bubbling up the 32nd season of the Family Fantasy Football League. The return of the Predictor Challenge. I don't normally do it this early. Normally tell you about the Predictor Challenge after all the teams are in, but then I thought, well, that only gives you a very short window to enter the Predictor Challenge. So why not tell you about it early so you know it's coming? You've got plenty of time, but I'm going to share for those of you that cannot remember what the Predictor Challenge is all about, what the Predictor Challenge is all about. And we've got a manager of the season update, and we are going to meet another 5 managers in the Family Fantasy Football League, dubbed the Dark Horses. So without further ado, quote of the week comes from this man, FFFL legend, Benny United manager Mark Benwell, who, having watched Meet the Managers last week, Meet the Managers Part 2 last week, and seeing the entry about arch rival I've Got a Life Mops Hoxby and her encounter for the first time ever with Greg's, Mark sent me this. Really surprised that your mum went into Greg's in the first place. She was always being a posh bird. I say Mark sent me that. He posted it on the Family Fantasy Football League Facebook group. And it's always good to see banter going on there. So one manager of the season point for the quote of the week to Mark Benwell. Now the predictor challenge. You need to send me your following predictions if you want to take part. Who do you think is going to win the Family Fantasy Football League this season? Who do you think is going to be runner-up in the league? Who do you think will finish third in the league? Who do you think will win the Family Fantasy Football League Cup? The group stage of the FFFL Cup has been drawn. If you haven't seen it yet, you can watch that draw on the Family Fantasy Football League YouTube channel, or you can just look at the FFFL Cup tab on the regular updates. All the groups are listed there. Who you think will receive the wooden spoon this season? And who do you think will be crowned manager of the season? You need to get those predictions into me by Friday, the 28th of August. You might want to wait until you've seen everyone's team. Those teams will be sent out late on Thursday, the 20th of August. You don't have to wait till then. You can get your predictions in earlier than that. But you need to get your predictions to me by Friday, the 28th of August, if you wish to take part. For every prediction you get right at the end of the season, you will receive 5 Manager of the Season points. So a possible 30 Manager of the Season points on offer. And the outcome of last season's Predictor Challenge did have a big bearing in the final standings of the Manager of the Season table. So get involved, take part. Now we're going to meet our first manager. The 10th best manager in the Family Fantasy Football League is none other than Simon Hoxby. A new team name this year for Simon, Lord Hoxby of Hougan Manor. Simon has spent 25 years in the Family Fantasy Football League, and in that time he was the champion back in 2010. And he won the Cup as recently as 2024. He's had some minor honours in his time, got the Golden Boot in 2010, got the most weekly wins in 2010, scored the highest weekly total in 2011, and in his previous 24 seasons, Simon has picked up 7 Manager of the Month award. Last time Simon was top of the league, last October 2025. He put all his eggs in the Chelsea basket before the wheels fell off. And he was the manager of the season in 2023. Interesting fact about Simon. Well, over the summer, Simon became chairman of the Essex Wooden Car Association. Never heard of them before, but they are a group of like-minded individuals who are trying to make wooden cars the future of transport in this country. Here's the prototype they are currently working on. It's a wooden car. It's got wooden wheels, wooden bumper, wooden doors, wooden seats, a wooden engine. Unfortunately, so far, the outcome of all tests have been it wouldn't go. Next up, ranked the 9th best manager in the Family Fantasy Football League, it is Steve Maloney. Team name Ostrich Bar Steward. Steve has spent 11 seasons, or this is his 11th season in the Family Fantasy Football League. Major honours, Steve won the Cup in 2023. Minor honours, he got the Silver Boot in 2022. Most assists, for those of you that don't know what the Silver Boot is. And in his previous 10 seasons, Steve has picked up 1 Manager of the Month award. His highest ever finish, 4th, back in 2023. And his best league position, well, he was top in August 2017. Interesting fact about Steve, despite being ranked the 9th best manager in the Family Fantasy Football League, Steve has only ever finished in the top 10 once in his previous 10 seasons in the FFFL. Some might say his ranking is unduly high. It is higher because of that 4th place finish in 2023, but Steve doesn't normally do that well, so he would go some to get in the title challenge this season. Next up, ranked the 8th best manager in the league, Nicola Lee. Team name Error 404. 10 previous seasons in the Family Fantasy Football League. This is her 11th. No honours in those previous 10 seasons. Got the wooden spoon in 2010. Her best ever finish, 5th, way back in 2004. Her highest ever position in the league, 5th, in January 2024. Interesting fact about Nikki Lee. Well, Nicola's husband Steve is her only partner who has not been dumped by Nicola shortly after joining the Family Fantasy Football League. You see, whenever Nicola wanted to get rid of a boyfriend, she would nominate them to join the FFFL. I guess because she thought that that would somehow soften the blow when she dumped them. How many former boyfriends of Nicola have been previous managers in the Family Fantasy Football League before being swiftly dumped by Nicola? I hear you ask. Well, I counted them up, and the number was 17. Next up, the seventh best manager in the Family Fantasy Football League is none other than yours truly, Chairman's Choice. One of only 5 managers who have appeared in every single season of the Family Fantasy Football League, obviously. Major honours, I won the league in 2002, 2013 and 2015. I won the cup in 1999, 2008 and 2016. I've had some minor honours in my time, the most weekly wins 5 times, 1996, 99, 2015, 2023 and 2026. I got the highest weekly total in 2000. And in my previous 31 seasons, I've picked up 5 Manager of the Month awards. Last time I was top of the league, well, it was when I won it back in June 2015. I haven't tasted top spot since then. I hold some FFFL records. I hold the record for the joint most trophy wins in FFFL history. 3 league titles and 3 FFFL cups. I share that with a former manager, Steve Holmes. And I also hold the record for the most FFFL Cup final appearances, 8. Won 3, lost 5. No one's appeared in as many FFFL Cups as me. Next up, we have a real FFFL legend, the 6th best manager in the Family Fantasy Football League, Mark Benwell, manager, team name, Benny United. One of only 5 managers to appear in every single season of the Family Fantasy Football League, and in that time, Mark has picked up some major honours. He was the FFFL champion in the first 2 seasons of the Family Fantasy Football League, and he became the first manager to do the league and cup double in 1997. He won the cup again in 2011, but that was the last time Mark won a major honour. 15 years of hurt. He's had some minor honours, got the most weekly wins in 96, 2002, 2011 and 2013. He got the highest weekly total in 96, 2002, 2013 and 2019. He was manager of the season in 2020 and 2022. And in those previous 31 seasons, Mark has picked up 5 Manager of the Month awards. The last time Mark was top of the league, September 2020. Mark holds an FFFL record, holds a couple actually. He's one of only 3 managers to ever retain the league title, very difficult to do. And he holds the record for the most points ever scored in a single week. End of the 2018-2019 season, Mark amassed 224 points in a single week. That's never been beaten. Interesting fact about Mark Benwell. Well, Mark recently successfully applied for a blue badge, becoming registered disabled due to arthritis in his knee. Keen to park anywhere he wanted, Mark was desperate to get that blue badge. Successfully got it, and so happy was he that he danced a jig of absolute delight before he realised that somebody might be filming it, and he didn't want the authorities to question his right to hold that blue badge. Now, who the fuck is that? Was a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager. Benny United Mark Benwell had a guess. He thought it was a picture of Greece Lightning manager Alexi Lagos. Well, I can reveal it wasn't a picture of Greece Lightning manager Alexi Lagos. But the good news is, Mark, you were the only manager to have a guess this week. And as you know, if only one manager has a guess at the who the fuck is that, that manager gets the point by default. So the manager of the season table looks like this. Obviously, it's very early on in the season. Angela and Sarah joint third on 1 point, but Mark Benwell joins Megan Hoxby at the top of the manager of the season table. Both of them on 2 points. And the who the fuck is that is worth 2 points this week. We're rolling it over. It is a picture of a current Family Fantasy Football League manager, and if you can tell me who it is, you will earn 2 manager of the season points. We will be back in roughly a week's time for the final part in our Meet the Managers series, where I will be telling you about the top 5 managers in the Family Fantasy Football League. Remember, you have until 8 p.m. on the 20th of August to get your teams in. You have until Friday, the 28th of August, to get your predictor challenges in. First league table of the new season is next Wednesday on the 12th of August after the UEFA Super Cup. Until then, everybody, take care. Bye bye.